Okay, it should be working. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hey, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. All glories to Jesus and Srila Prabhupada and Lord Chaitanya and the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Oh, Hare Krishna. Oh, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Radha Govinda, Radha Radha Govinda, Radha Govinda, Radha Radha Govinda, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe Radhe, Radhe Govinda, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe Govinda, Govinda, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Ah, okay. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Radha Gandharvika, Gandharvika, Radha Gandharvika, Radha Gandharvika, 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 Radha Gandharvika, Radha Gandharvika, Radha Gandharvika, Radha Gandharvika, Radha Gandharvika, Gandharvika, Radha Gandharvika, Radha Gandharvika, Radha. Oh. Gandharvika, Radha Gandharvika, Radha Gandharvika, Gandharvika, Radha Gandharvika, Gandharvika, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ain't no problem like me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Nityananda 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Prabhu Nityananda Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Transcendental Madness of Lord Chaitanya. Ancha Leela, chapter. The Lord would maintain himself in three states of consciousness.
Professor.
Sometimes he merged totally in ecstatic emotion, and sometimes he was impartial external consciousness, and sometimes he was in full external consciousness. Actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was always merged in ecstatic emotion. Actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was always merged in ecstatic emotion. Actually, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was always merged in ecstatic emotion. But just as a potter's wheel turns without the potter touching it, the Lord's bodily activities, like bathing, going to the temple to see Lord Jagannath, and taking lunch, went on automatic. One day, while Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was looking at Lord Jagannath in the temple, Lord Jagannath appeared to be personally Sri Krishna, the son of Mandamara.
Hot mode. Host mode.
One day, while Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was looking at Lord Jagannath in the temple, Lord Jagannath appeared to be personally Sri Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu realized Lord Jagannath to be Sri Krishna, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu realized Lord Jagannath to be Sri Krishna himself, Lord Jagannath's five senses immediately became absorbed in attraction for the five attributes of Lord Krishna. Just as a tug of war, just as in a tug of war, the single mind of Lord Chaitanya was attracted in five directions by the five transcendental attributes of Lord Krishna. Thus, the Lord became unconscious. Just then, the Upalabhog ceremony of Lord Jagannath concluded, and the devotees who had accompanied the Lord Chaitanya to the temple took him back home. That night, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that night, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was attended by Swami Damodar. That night, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was attended by Swami Damodar, Goswami and Ramananda Roy. keeping his hands around their necks, keeping his hands around their necks. The Lord began to lament. When Srimati Radharani was very much agitated due to feeling great separation from Krishna, when Srimati Radharani was very much agitated due to feeling separation from Krishna, she spoke a verse to Vishaka, explaining the cause of her great anxiety. She spoke a verse to Vishaka, explaining the cause of her great anxiety. And restlessness. Reciting that verse, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expressed his burning emotions. Then with great lamentation, he explained the verse to Svartamana and Ramananda Roy. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, though the hearts of the gopis, are like high standing hills, although the hearts of the gopis are like high standing hills, although the hearts of the gopis are like high standing hills, they are inundated by waves of the nectarian ocean of Krishna's beauty. They are inundated by the nectarian ocean of the waves of Krishna's beauty. His sweet voice enters their ears. His sweet voice enters their ears and gives them transcendental bliss. His sweet voice enters their ears and gives them transcendental bliss. The touch of his body is cooler than millions and millions of moons together. The touch of his body is cooler than millions and millions of moons together. The touch of his body is cooler than millions and millions of moons together. And the nectar of his bodily fragrance, and the nectar of his bodily fragrance, and the nectar of his bodily fragrance overfloods the entire world, and the nectar of his bodily fragrance overfloods the entire world. Oh, my dear friend, Krishna, who is the son of Nanda Maharaj, and whose lips are exactly like nectar, and are exactly like nectar, and his lips are exactly as nectar, and his lips are exactly like nectar, is attracting my five senses by force, is attracting my five senses by force. Lord Sri Krishna's beauty, Lord Sri Krishna's beauty, Lord Sri Krishna's beauty, Lord Sri Krishna's beauty. The sound of his words, the sound of his words and the vibration of his flute. Lord Sri Krishna's beauty, Lord Sri Krishna's beauty. The sound of his words, the sound of his words and the vibration of his flute, and the vibration of his flute. Oh, Lord Krishna's beauty and the sound of his words and the vibration of his flute. His touch, his fragrance, and the taste of his lips, and the taste of his lips, and the taste of his lips, and the taste of his lips. Are full of indescribable sweetness, are full of indescribable sweetness, are full of indescribable sweetness. When all these features attract my five senses, when all these features attract my five senses at once, when all these features attract my five senses, my five senses at once, my senses all ride together, my senses all ride together, My senses all ride together on the single horse of my mind. When all these features attract the five senses, my five senses at once, my senses all ride together on the single horse of my mind, but want to go in five different directions. But want to go in five different directions. But want to go in five different directions. My dear friend, my dear friend, please hear the cause of my misery. My dear friend, please hear the cause of my misery. My dear friend, please hear the cause of my misery. My five senses are actually extravagant rogues. My five senses are actually extravagant rogues. They know very well that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They know very well that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But they still want to plunder Krishna's property. But they still want to plunder Krishna's property. They still want to plunder Krishna's property. My mind is just like a single horse. My mind is just like a single horse. My mind is just like a single horse, being ridden by the five senses of perception, being ridden by the five senses of perception, headed by sights. Each of my senses wants to ride that horse. Each of my senses wants to ride that horse. And thus they pull my mind in five directions simultaneously. Thus they pull my mind in five directions simultaneously. In what directions will it go? If they pull all at one time, certainly the horse will lose its life. How can I tolerate this atrocity? Don't have the strength, I can't go on. I know how Shama-san feels when you get too out there. I'm really stoned, man. The world looks so different. Yeah. I was just doing this to satisfy Karuna because he's always complaining that I'm too much bitey, so I gotta throw him a bone here and there. He was ready. Man, Lord Chaitanya is so fantastic, isn't he? He's just so merciful. Yeah. These verses, it says, one of the verses in one of these later things. Actually, I'll read you the verse. I mean, this is the good fortune Lord Chaitanya is giving people here. There's no reason why no one, I mean, people really want this and really are here and just going through whatever it takes. No reason why you can't get this. This is, this is the greatest fortune to be able to relish this, because it's just unbelievable that whatever is being said, it's the Lord saying it, and the Lord using your actual body and emotions and minds to taste it again, and you're right there. It's like, unbelievable. It's just amazing. So anyway, it says here, let's see here. I think it's in the last part here. The Shastastika players. Yeah, this is the chapter 20 in Shastastika prayers. Only the most fortunate will relish the mad words of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which are mixed with jubilation, envy, agitation, submissive grief, all produced by ecstatic and loving emotions. See, only the most fortunate. And look, a lot of people are making progress in that direction. So much so, unbelievably. I mean, look at some of the devotees now. River, Lalita, Johan, Shama Sundari. I think. Are you relishing stuff like that? Yeah, I think so. Janaki. See? Relishing, That's what it is. It's tasting these words, and it's just, this is, how can there be any better good fortune than to taste what Lord Chaitanya tasted again? Yeah. Okay. So, can you imagine? If I was a guru, here we go, Karuna. This is for Karuna also. If I was a guru and I had thousands of disciples, you know how people said they wouldn't trade this bhakti for anything? They say that I'll give you $1,000,000. Would you trade with this Johan or your Lilita? If I was a guru with thousands of disciples, and I didn't have this, and I say, hey, would you trade that for this? Oh, in a second, man. There's nothing like this happy. You can compare the happiness of having disciples and opulences and money and all this, and the opulence of tasting this nectar. Hands down, best. Yeah. Any questions, Shama-san? Any conclusions, perceptions? You're an intelligent girl. It's
Hey, Guru.
Hey, Guru. Hey there.
I see myself. I hear myself.
I hear myself. Oh, here, I'll mute my thing here. If it doesn't work, then Tom, maybe Tom, you mute yourself. Let me see if that. Tom, mute your mic. Is it muted?
He's muted. Oh, Guru Maharaj. Are you there? Okay. So, I don't like judge or control people because I'm not transcendental situated. It doesn't serve me. So for my own sake, I rather don't touch them, don't change them. From another side, I understand what they do. I mean, why they do what they do, because they are under material nature. And I understand this, I understand their motives. I can see this clearly. But when we meet here and we experience this, what we experience with you, so basically we are in transcendental dimension, we can under our eyes see Krishna and feel, and these attributes and this energy and this golden reflections and this vibration and your love and this everything. When we can see this feels like this feels so rich, this feels so complete, this feels so blessed that everything outside feels empty. And then you can see even more clearly that everybody is empty, everybody is unconnected, unplugged, lost, just, this broken. So this is what I saw. Sometimes also when I listen those stories, when you read them, then I listen, and then I think, who wrote this? From whom are coming those words? Are they even real? And on the daily basis, you don't have to convince me that God exists. I'm sure that God exists. This material nature, this energies, this what my experience. I'm 400% sure. And then when I remember that I'm sure, then I think, okay, we have here something in common with personified God. Okay, even if it's true or not, it's about God. The God made us to have this opportunity to listen those texts, to listen those words. Whoever wrote this coming from God. So I think this is it for now. Mute yourself, unmute yourself, Guru Maharaj.
Oh, yeah. No, that's a good statement you made, because this is very important, actually. The main thing, even though these words come from a long time ago, and maybe they're not exactly perfect and everything, but actually what we're picking up is the Lord knows in the heart, right? He's here. He knows his devotees. So what we're picking up is these things were composed or spoken by his devotees. See? And so the Lord knows. And then you just taste, you're tasting them. And that's the confirmation, is that they were written by the Lord's devotees. Even the Lord that these verses, they were written down by Krishna Das Kaviraj. So maybe we don't got the exact word translation. And, well, you can never get it exact anyway, because it's from a different language. But still, it's written by a devotee and carries spiritual power. If you remember that, these things, that's why even the Bible, the New Testament, has so many translations. And I could read so many of them and feel ecstatic, simply because they carry the spirit. They carry the spirit of a real devotee glorifying Christ. See? So that's how how you can get off this thing of, well, who wrote this? And, well, it was written by a devotee originally and translated, people doing what they can do. And that comes across. I mean, the bottom line is the Lord is the test in there too. If you're chanting these verses and everything, and the ecstatic love awakens, what's that? It's obviously appreciated by Radha in your heart. The more you worship in ecstasy, the more you just see Radha is enjoying, and it's like this body is like Vrindavan, and the pastimes go on in this while we're here, So Radha's there, Krishna's there, the devotee is there. We're reading these pastimes coming from the devotees, and they're talking about Krishna and Radha and different devotees and all that. So you're relishing Vrindavan, and it's all going on inside you. right? And so the bottom line is, if you become ecstatic, obviously it's confirmed. The Lord is enjoying it. Who cares if it's, this way perfectly, that, or, hey man, if you're relishing bhakti ras and the glories of it, I mean, I'm looking around and man, the whole universe looks purified to me. Man, it actually looks intoxicated, clean, like I took a fire hydrant and just squirted the whole atmosphere everywhere. That's how powerful these things are. That's why, to convince people about what they can get here, if they, um, they can get so many benedictions. Yeah, and as far as the world looking really empty and meaningless and, like dull, well, it is. And when you're in touch with the highest truth, then what the world actually is. It's empty, because it's full of modes. See, and the modes are coming out of you. Therefore, you're emptied of the modes, and you don't usually want those things. I mean, passion, ignorance, passion. Got to work. You know how that is, right? Run, 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 run. Work. Yeah, and then goodness. You're scholarly. You read the book from a scholarly platform and memorize verses. To me, that the whole mode thing can just. No, I like this relishing mellows, man. Me relish the holy name. I'm spoiled. I can't, if I can't taste these things, I'm not happy. Lord Chaitanya was like that. And one time he wasn't feeling the usual ecstasy. Well, who's this, man? Where's the usual ecstasy? What did I commit an offense? Did I go against a devotee or something? Yeah. So great. That's nice. So let's see here. It's getting, what time is it? 3, 4 o'clock. Oh, why don't we, I think that's good for now, man. I'm pretty wiped. Be spent, man. Yeah. It's good to be emotionally spent like this and not the other way. You ever see, when you get emotionally spent because of some material bullshit, here it's like, oh, rest, lay down in bliss, have a nice meal, I love this way. You can become emotionally spent relishing the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, man. Radha and Krishna. It's a whole different level of happiness. Yeah, you see these men, this is so, nobody's preaching this. This is so cutting edge, isn't it? I mean, your guru should watch one of these classes and just, you watch him get totally bewildered. You go, like, won't have any, wouldn't fit in anything, any thing. It's just completely outside of the box, and you're in the box. What is this insanity? Insane, completely. Well, I'm one madman, and you guys must be other madmen and women too, because you're accepting this stuff as true. Yeah. Okay, so thank you very much. I'll take a little rest here, and thank you for popping in there, Shama-san. Yeah, so pop in anytime
I
you
was
want.
waiting
For you. You were, yeah. Well, I had to do like you sometimes. I was working on my checking. I had to get my checking account squared away, I had to make calls, and call the visible phone company, call it, and talk to the things and hold online. We got to take care of business too, And then I went on an hour late, hour and a half, I think it took me. See, we got to take care of business, man. We can't let things slide.
Thank you so much. Enjoy your meal.
Yeah.
Your surrounding. Your
Okay,
ecstasy.
Janaki, you got the hint. Thank you, Tom. Have a nice rest, you guys. I think is it getting bedtime now soon? You are funny and so right. The world is empty, not when you're in your associate. Yeah, that's right. We're full of bliss, man. It's better to be full of bliss than full of the world. The world is a pit, man. Just people problem. You got other people cracking whips and do this, and you got your own mind, making you feel guilty and shamed, yeah, pushing you to work. My God, it's so good to get out of there, and then if you lose something, I lost my, and then you got a husband and wife, they go, they rag on you or something, if you have a husband and wife and they rag on you, it's like, or they feel it's like, well, I'm in bliss, man. You could do the same, man. Why don't you just drop it and come hang out with us? Okay, Hare Krishna. Okay, cutie. We'll see you later, huh? Take care, Tom. Nice. Thank you for coming. Yeah.